Yo! So when I said no weirdos, I meant this. £20 to expense is expensive, but it's a tournament. You gotta deal with what you got. You are building up the pot. Thanks for the donation. I'ma kill you on the spot. It's a thriller. You ain't ready for the chills that come off frost. I leave suspense underneath when I'm building up the plot. Battle rap need media involved? But it don't need media involved. Each to their own, but some things leave them alone. I'm just mad you ain't had me on the show. Let me speak to you, bro. He's already booked me and aired me twice. Get the left on red and the serves you right. So fast you thought you had blurry sight. It's no surprise that Sir isn't a worthy fight. Think twice if you thought you would earn a strap. I had to look up Sir's name, and it's a first name. And you never trust a man with two first names. Sir Spence, is that how much you needed a surname? You look like a real life Bob's Burgers. It's curtains, bruv. I turn up in dirty scrubs, face mask and surgeon gloves, looking to serve him up. Let me earn my crust. This is fur and dust to Persian rugs. You ain't fooling nobody. We all know that Sir is sus. Fucking nonce. Your face don't fit your face. Sliding on frost, it's too late to hit the brakes. You better stick to the media. You ain't made of what it takes. It sends with a fat white guy on a talk show. It's your cradle to the grave.
Frost in the first round. I won't lie, dude, I'm surprised too. I'm a newcomer here. This is a challenge to rise to. I know you want to put me in my place like it's right move when you hit me with a haiku that's quite rude like Dwight Schrute in the side room. But this is my third battle, Frost. I won't be mad with defeat or failure because I'm jelly of your stuff, bro. Gareth Keenan's stapler. But for me, your slogan needs to go. Because really, bro, how can it be? Frost never lost. To me, it just sounds tragic. It's clearly just bad branding and really seems outlandish when you're out here seeing more owls than the Welsh language. I use them to outcast him. I'm going to hurt this guy cuz I leave his owls exposed like learner drivers. First off, this fluff he's got here. Blatantly not for him. You grew that struggle beard to hide the little anus that's on your chin. When he tries to grow it out, it brings strangers to compliment because he's like 5 foot tall, so it's a major accomplishment. And this Cockney roadman accent, it leaves me feeling uneasy. You make Danny Dyer sound like he's speaking Swahili. And how's he going to utilise it to try and act tough with me when he still needs one of those little plastic steps just to brush his teeth, you fucking neek.
I sound like Danny Dyer speaking Swahili? Really? Well, that's a turn up for the books. Thanks very much, mister. We can tell you're a virgin from your looks. I knew entering a tournament, I'd end up getting bored with it. There's no fun talking shit to a guy that can't even talk to chicks. His best ranging from 4 to 6, like how I like my Jordan kicks. You got a cheek talking about beard? When your whole cheek is all without beard, there's stubble here and there's struggle here. Tom Quee don't give a fuck. I didn't even want to battle you. I'm embarrassed to. What you bring to the table isn't even low-hanging fruit. It was rotten on the floor. You pick it up like... That'll do. L's like learner drivers. We ain't heard that before. Frost stay cold, but I still wrap up warm. I'll get surcharged without tax reform. I'm the goat of the universe. No Capricorn. Forced office bars. Oh, that was cringy. Don't flop hat and hoodie like, oh, pick me. Trying to score brownie points. Bitch, please. If gave you a pat on the back, he had a sign saying kick me. And that's time.
So he called me a fat white guy. Your girl says I've got nice features. She says you're a right diva and your size and bristly face make you look like a pipe cleaner. And then he said he's going to punch me up. Well, I'm utterly fucking scared. Because look at his little hands. You buy your gloves from Mothercare. It can't be easy being short. He clearly fiends attention. How are you in your mid-30s and still look prepubescent? Even a trip to the cinema is reason to leave him stressing because he made a decent effort and got ID'd to see Lethal Weapon. But you said you messaged me about the podcast. I wasn't reading them, bruv, I promise. I'm not even parring you off. Just saw no reason to have you on it. Because I'm not going to lie, I'd fucking cry if I was nearly 40 and still out here booking battles with a guy by the name of Coolsey. And that's not even the worst fucking battle he's booked before, see? Because this schmuck agreed to Chucky P. You're making it easy for me. Bro, Chucky Patrick is fucking batshit. Cunt's crossing more lines than a running back is. It's very common knowledge that cunt's a damp squib when every time he's booked a battle, Nothing happens. How do you not know this? So Frost, not only do you have the same swag as a poor person in his 40s, but we've seen Frost stock drop quicker than Woolworths did in the noughties.
This is Crazy from Word Life. Yeah, big up Don't Flop for getting me in on this for judging. Right, quick things. Frost versus Sir Spence. Not massively impressed with either, truth be told. I think there was a clear winner. I think Sir Spence had it. He was more entertaining. He kept on going in about him being small. I mean, Frost chatting about getting violent over a video battle, a bit spooky. You said he looked like Bob's Burgers. I was expecting to look like Bob's Burgers. He didn't. And then, yeah, I don't know. The beards going on at each other about beards. You both got shit beards. Like, fix up, you know what I mean? But yeah, overall, Sir Spence.
What's cracking, BA, legendary assassin. Big up to Frost and Sir Spence. It was actually quite a tight battle to call for me because I do believe that Frost had the hardest hitting lines in both rounds, and I think Sir Spence perhaps had slightly higher consistency of attempted punchlines per round. So that being said, it comes down to personal preference, and for me the things I take away from the battle are the biggest punches that I remember, and the two biggest punches I remember were, you know, is that the extent you'll go to get a surname from round 1 by Frost, and if ever gave you a pat on the back, it had a sign saying kick me on it from the second round by Frost. So because they were the two biggest lines to me in the whole battle that stood out, I will give that battle to Frost. Big ups to Sir Spence and Frost. Nice battle. Peace.
Yo, just finished watching Frost versus Sir Spence. Very close battle. I had to watch it a couple of times. Frost's first round was very solid. A few light bars, bit of a light wordplay, but the building up the plot bar, best bar of the battle from either of them. It was a good round. Second round was Sir Spence. The delivery needs more force. I didn't like the jelly line, the bars about L's. I thought they were all a bit played out. There was some good stuff in there, but it was very light. The second round from Frost, you know, again, style-wise, I prefer him. The sound, I prefer. But he just didn't step up. He called the guy out on a few of his first round bars, but it was a very light round. Whereas, you know, Sir Spence came into the second round. He was very funny, maybe laugh a few times. The rebuttals to the angles were much more cutting, much more for the throat. I gave the first round 10-9 to Frost, but I thought the gap was a bit bigger in the second round, 10-8 to Sir Spence. So on the basis of that, I'm going to give the battle to Sir Spence. But yeah, very close battle.
First battle, Frost versus Sir Spence. I've literally just clocked that that's meant to be like suspense. Just now as I said it. I think this one I gave to Suspense because I think his angle work, especially on the first round, was a lot more clear. There was more stuff that was about his opponent, whereas I thought that Frost had a lot of stuff that was just sort of like general bragging and general stuff about, you know, it's not as honed. Also in terms of the performance, I feel like Spence had a lot more personality in the way that he performs. I know it's obviously weird performing to a camera, but he had a bit more edge in that respect. And I feel like he just paid more attention to the rhymes and things like that. And the punches were a bit heavier. So yeah, overall, I give that to Suspense.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Adam Taylor and I shall be performing to you today under the name Pamphlet. Please just sit back, relax, strap yourself in and listen to what it is that I've got to say in terms of judging other people's performances. Frost versus Sir Spence is a really difficult battle for me to judge here. I've purposely left it till the end because I'm really still not sure what side of the hammer I'm going to fall down on. I think Frost, my problem with Frost is the stuff he raps about and the sort of persona he's got for himself isn't necessarily one that I would warm to, whereas I think Suspense is. And I'm not just talking about the sort of content, jokes over bars, that comparison. I'm just talking about, because someone can come with bars, it's just a slightly more infectious delivery, one that I can get on board with. But Frost's certainly more polished than Sir Spence. So that's why it's a really difficult battle for me to judge. Oh, God. it's not a case of tossing a coin. Do you know what? Because his style I prefer, I'm going to go Sir Spence, I think. I've heard a couple of Sir Spence's lines before, which is a negative mark on the L's in the Welsh language thing. But I think his syllable placement is better, the lethal weapon stuff. And ultimately, I know we're not solely about syllables, but I think in terms of my preference on a battle rap performance, I think Sir Spence just got it. Frost did really well. As I say, it was the last battle for me to judge purely because I wasn't sure which way I was going to go. And I think what it comes down to is Sir Spence's style is my preferred one. So I've got to go there. But it's a really close battle. I wouldn't be surprised it was tough for everyone to judge this one. Sir Spence just.